Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Summit Small Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is the 32045. So this is the smallest one. It is 18.7 inches tall. There are two sizes larger than this. It says it's an outdoor sconce on most sites, including Hubbardton's, but it's actually so beautiful you might want to use it inside as well. Let's get into some of the details on it. Like I said, 18.7 inches from the bottom to the very top. The projection on it is 6.3 from the wall to right here, all the way out, and then the width is coming in at 7.9. Backplate, that's 12 inches by 5.5, so from here to here and here to here. And then mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of where you're going to put your electrical outlet box, the mounting area, coming in at 8.4. So I want to show you a lot more detail about this. We have it right here, obviously. And why don't we kind of go over some of the places and some of the parts on it. So why don't we talk about, to begin with, let's talk about the socket. So you can see it's kind of hiding up inside of there. It's a medium base socket, just like this one, hiding in there, that housing. If you guys are in the sunny state of California and you're doing something called Title 24 compliancy, that means you're pulling permits for new construction or renovation, and they're going to be coming out to check. They may ask you to do something like this. So these are GU24 socket and light bulb, and you'll notice it's a little different than the screw-in type. It doesn't let you use an incandescent, basically. If you're in that situation, just drop a quick email, let us know what you're doing, and we can quote those out for you without a problem. Okay, I want to show you a little bit more information about a lot of this stuff, and how we're going to do it is we're going to look at the installations instructions together. You get a parts bag. It's going to be a parts bag that's going to be in the box, stapled on the inside of the box, and in it are going to be these. And you can see these now, and you can see a lot of details about this fixture right here. And like I said, that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations, instructions, PDF. Open that up for me. So a couple things it's going to show you. It's going to show you, you've got a full parts list right here, very simple. It's going to show you installations, instructions. It's also going to show you some nice detailed drawings of how this all goes together, and also the back plate, and then the mounting bracket, which is kind of hiding right there, and you can kind of see it inside of there. There's also some O-rings that are in red, and they're basically going to slide down the glass into that socket to keep water from getting in there. So that leads us to glass. So why don't we talk about glass? Before we do that, we'll just say that this is going to go on a standard 4-inch junction box. So there you go. Okay, let's talk about glass really quick. So on the inside of this, going over the socket, is a piece of Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which is going to act as a diffuser. Light goes through that very easily. The top of it is sealed. This is very substantial. It's a very thick piece of glass. If you ever watch my other opal glass videos, I go over how they make this. It's all hand blown. There's layers of glass on it. It's a lot of work for just a diffuser on the inside. You'd be surprised how cool this is. Now, the other glass, the outer piece of glass, is going to be available in either clear, totally clear, no air bubbles, nothing like that, or frosted. And again, they do really nice work on their glass. Pretty interesting stuff. So that's going to be it for that. Coming in at 6.8 pounds. You may not hear about that, but some people do. Let's talk about lamping on this, because that's going to be totally important for all you guys. So I mentioned it's a medium base socket like this. So they're going to be talking about a type B light bulb recommended, and that's kind of like this. And sometimes they're a flame tip, sometimes they're a torpedo, and it's really about the size of the bulb getting into that piece of glass, okay? It's got to fit in there. So you can't use a standard light bulb like this. It's got to be something small and skinny. And I think there's even a better option than this guy, the B. It's going to be what's called a T8. And a T8 is a light bulb like this, and it's a tubular light bulb. This is just a little bit over 5 inches, like 5.3 inches overall height, medium base. These are commonly used in exit signs, so they are everywhere in America that you go. Doesn't matter where you go, you'll find them. They come incandescent, they come LED. You can find these depending on where you go. I scattered around on the internet and I found them up to 100-watt equivalent, so that's kind of good. If you want to stick with an incandescent version of this, it's going to be a 60-watt max. So a T8, and I've also seen T8s offered in a 7-inch long version. Just remember, a 7-inch long version will not fit in here. It's got to be this 5-inch guy, okay? So keep an eye out for that. And I found these everywhere too. I found them at Ace Hardware, True Value Hardware. I haven't found them at my grocery store, but I do find them at Lowe's and Home Depot. And Amazon's probably the best place to find these for the LEDs, just so you know. They're going to offer these LEDs to you in lots of different colors of light coming out of the LED. 2700 Kelvin, super yellow. They're going to offer these to you on something called daylight, which sounds like a nice warm light. Should be, right? Daylight, but it's not. That's that bluish white hospital waiting room overcast daylight. What we like to use in our showroom is called warm white or soft white, and that's 3000 Kelvin. We talk about it in every video. That mimics the light of an incandescent bulb we grew up with. That's that nice warm light. This is that nice warm light coming from these 3000 Kelvin LEDs above me. So that's what we like to use. If you're going to be putting these in like a covered porch or around a pool and you're going to be hanging out with your friends drinking wine late into the evening, you might want to put them on a dimmer. There's no reason why you can't put these on a dimmer, and just make sure that you do buy a dimmable bulb. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth. With the picture of the woman next to me, you can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.